call this meeting to order. And roll call. We are missing, I am missing a pen. We're missing the gentleman, right? And Carrie. So there's 3 absent, but we do have a quorum. All right. So who's here? Helen is here. Nina and Cheryl and LaDonna here. All right. Can you hear me now? Do I need to repeat anything? We have a quorum. All right, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the pledge. It's behind us. Cheryl, you don't have to stand for it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our city manager, Ms. Rakowski, I'm going to jump her up to start with because she has another meeting to go to. So, Ms. Lynn, your item B under new business?
Absolutely. So I just wanted to make sure that the Heritage Commission was aware that the city has chosen to contract with Sunshine Media. I'm not entirely sure if you're familiar with who Brandon Ludwig is, but he's a fantastic young gentleman who graduated from Keystone Heights High School. He's a PIO with the Sheriff's Office, and he owns his own media company. Part of the asks that we have with Mr. Ludwig and Sunshine Media is to do some videos. One of those videos is the virtual walking tour. So in our yearly insert, in our yearly business directory, we have the walking tour that was provided to us by the Heritage Commission. And that is something that is a huge favorite through the community and all of Clay County. And I have had conversations with Mr. Ludwig if we're going to take that virtually so that it can go online and you can see Keystone Heights and really showcase the historic side of Keystone.
Awesome.
With that being said, we're looking at probably shooting come the 1st of November, the first couple weeks of November. And Miss LaDonna, because both you and Vice Mayor Hart have a vast knowledge of this community and these homes, and the residents in them, I was wondering if it would be the will of the Heritage Commission for me to work directly with the 2 of you so that we can make this something fantastic and spectacular. One of the things that we were talking about is the possibility of going inside some of these homes that are plaqued. The house that I'm living in has original hardwood floors and things of that nature. So those are fantastic features to be showcased. We'll be reaching out to the property owners, making sure that they've got everything in order from them. And then so if it's okay, I'd like to work directly with both you and Mr. Hart.
Would you need a vote from the commission?
Well,
or
given
just a nod?
Just
or?
consensus, if that's okay. And it will be something that'll be, we'll be moving forward, and it'll later on down the road, it can be showcased through the Heritage Commission.
Okay. Are you guys all right with that?
It's okay with
Okay.
me.
We're good with it.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you. I was wondering what that was about. Virtual tour, virtual walking tour.
We're very excited about this.
Yay. Okay, Ms. Owen was going to give us an update on her plaque workshop, but I'll let you. She's had a bad time.
I've had a kind of a rough summer, and I frankly totally spaced that I was supposed to be working on the Plaque Workshop. And so I have nothing to report in relative to that, and I'm going to request that we move that workshop to the spring.
If that's a vote, I would second it. I don't think we have enough time to really get it done.
I clearly don't, quite frankly, and I apologize to the commission for shirking my duties. I just it just flew right over my head. I don't even know what part of my brain it was buried in.
Okay. Well, it's not undoable. It's not a major thing. I mean, the houses aren't going anywhere. And I think we're all in agreement, Cheryl, that you don't need to work on that anymore. If you wouldn't mind, since we're talking about that plaque, could we skip around on the agenda, go down to the new business item? The new business item, the plaque vendor, I have been having so much trouble dealing with Carl to get our plaques.
Mm-hmm.
His mailbox is full. He doesn't, his phone you can't get through. It's impossible to contact this man. And he's done a few for us, you know, in the past. And I'd like to continue that, but I can't work with somebody doesn't seem to want to work with us. So we do have Signs by Summer here in Keystone, and I took her a copy of the plaque, measured the dimensions off for her, and asked her to give us a quote on creating a plaque for us. But she doesn't work in wood, or she could, but it'd probably be really expensive, but she could work in metal. And I think the metal, I mean, we could look at it. I think it would look just as nice. It's up there. It'll still look like the Keystone and have the same information. So I just wanted to bring that up. I don't have her quote. I did tell her we were meeting today, and I haven't heard from her yet, you know, on the quote. So, but I would like to explore that. And
You said it'd be made out of metal?
it will be metal. She
Yeah, that-
recommends metal. It doesn't rust.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. So it's lighter. It'd be.
Do we have to take that to more than one vendor?
It depends on the price.
I don't have a
Yes,
price
so
yet.
with that being said, I would assume that we probably don't, because it's local and I can't imagine that it's going to exceed the price limit that's going to warrant 3 quotes. But with that being said, if it's the consensus of the Heritage Commission, I'll be more than happy to work with a member directly so that we can move that forward.
That would be great, Lynn. I would appreciate that. All right.
I mean, the metal might hold up better. I know the wood, it fades. I've already repainted ours once in just a short period of time. And it needs to have it again.
Our Florida sun is so unforgiving. Anything that would hold
It
up.
fades up.
And the water too. I mean, all the rain that we get.
So the metal really might be a better, and I
Okay.
think up in Jacksonville, they use metal ones, in San Marco and in Riverside. So, probably not a bad
S-
idea.
So, Miss Lynn, you're going to work directly with,
I'll need some information, so if you, Ms.
We
Ladonna,
can
have
get
you
together.
been the
Mhm.
one that has had contact with them, then
Okay.
I'll get information with you. We can go ahead and move that forward.
all right. And Miss Lynn, what else were we going to talk about for you? Was there something else specifically, or was that it?
I think that's everything that the Heritage Commission had questions from me regarding item B. Then Ms. Snyder will be working directly with Miss Christina, who's behind the booth there, as far as the Christmas ornaments and decorations. If there's any help or anything like that, then I'll be more than happy to step in. The walking tour, I would love to have conversations with you as that moves forward to try to get some of that on film as well. So brief conversation about Sunshine Media. Their focus is to really, or they're being contracted to really focus our downtown. And so some of these things like a Christmas walk and whatnot are huge for our area and deserve to be showcased properly, and that's why we have Sunshine Media. So as you progress with this, then please feel free to stop by my office so we can work together.
Okay,
Outside of that, unless there's any additional questions from me.
so on the ornaments, I
Mhm.
think I sent Mary the email on June 24th with the examples, and I haven't really heard anything back from anybody.
I believe that, and I'll have Christina check into those correspondence, but I believe that there was some, that she was waiting on some additional information.
Really? Okay.
So,
So I'm just kind of waiting for someone to get back to me, and I can,
and I think that there, and I'll have Miss Christina look into that, but I think that there was a decision that was made, and unfortunately we weren't able to have the commission meeting, but there was something that that she was waiting for in return to move forward with that.
okay.
Uh-oh.
So, but now that the Heritage Commission is meeting, we can,
Did I lose something though? I mean, do I need, what do I?
I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to go back through those emails.
Okay,
but-
all right. Will you let me know, Miss Lynn?
Yes, Miss
Oh,
Christina will
Christina?
reach out
Okay.
appropriately.
Okay, item B, the Christmas ornament for sale, Nina, was that everything you had on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really do much till I hear back from them.
Okay.
You know, I just showed examples, so there's not much I can do until I hear back from the resource that I have to track down.
Okay, so we're waiting, okay. And we may not have it this year, but maybe by next year. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not
Right.
You know, it won't make or break it. Okay, on the house walking tour, Nina, I was thinking on the house walking tour, we could get some people that are interested in plaquing their homes and wanting, they could be a part of that tour, and as them being a part of that tour, then we could purchase the plaque for their home if we approve it, you know. It's just a thought.
That's a lot when you think about for the, if we think about doing that for December. So I'm just trying to get clarification on the walking tour. So what she just mentioned is, this guy from Sunshine is gonna do a virtual walking tour. He's gonna film it and produce it essentially, right?
Right, but not the Christmas.
But not,
Okay.
yeah, so he's talking about doing something in the first part of November.
Okay.
So, you know, is that something that, that they go ahead and put out there, or do we have a secondary situation where we actually host one separate from the actual virtual thing? Is that kind of what she's saying?
I don't think
understand.
she was, I don't.
Did you kind of understand that, Helen? You know, it sounded to me like the virtual, to some degree, was replacing the actual physical walking tour.
No, I think that's for the website,
Totally
isn't it?
separate.
Yeah, that.
Totally separate, but what I mean is, do we also still have a walking tour in addition to that?
Well, I think it's two separate things.
Okay.
Yeah, and mainly they're just doing this for, online purposes, but yeah, we'll still have the,
So they can still see it, they can't physically do it?
yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and it highlights it too, as people are looking maybe to move into the city or, you know,
Right.
just trying to see what's going on. It'll be great, I think.
Well,
Great idea.
In my idea about the walking tour, first of all, I think it should be done around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm gonna have to have some sort of a committee, at least 1 to 2 people, who's gonna assist with it.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is, we're gonna get together and we're gonna have a plan. And to me, what part of that plan, I know we've done it before,
Mhm.
okay? But what I'm trying to do is make it a plan that's gonna encourage more people to wanna do it and participate. You know, people that live here, that wanna come see it around the area. We're gonna, you know, do a launch of some sort in the newspaper to create an awareness not only in here, but also in Stark. And then I think that, we need to go to those homes, and I've got the map from our little, city newspaper here,
Mhm.
flyer, of what the previous homes were, and there's like, I don't know, 10 or 12 or 15 or something. So those houses have got to be approached and say, you're on the walking tour, are you okay with us still including you in this effort? And also, I think what we ought to do is create some kind of a Christmas wreath or something that designates that house
Oh,
as
that's
a
a nice
walking
idea.
tour home.
That's a
Okay.
good idea.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are on my committee can assist in making those wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I've got the setup of my home and all to do that, no big deal. I'll figure out, you know, the cheapest way we can do it. I'm kind of really good at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, or if we have some money that can be put toward buying the materials to make the wreaths. But I think that we need to make
If you
them feel
get it
special.
together, if you get a pricing, you know,
I'm gonna say no more than
something.
$5 a wreath,
yeah, I
or
think you
maybe
could.
$10 a wreath max.
10 was probably more realistic.
Yeah, I'm
given
talking
the
about like
cost
a,
of materials.
you know, like a grapevine, and, you know, I'll figure out, maybe we'll come up with a color theme.
How many
And then
homes do we have?
I think there's on that thing, isn't there like 14 or 15 or something? It's like, I mean, I looked at it just yesterday, I wanna say it's probably 12 or 15.
Are we gonna use all the homes that are on the walking tour?
Well, that's
or are we
the
gonna-
point.
Okay.
So that's part of what this committee is gonna do.
Okay.
We're going to approach those folks
Mhm.
and say, you're on the walking tour, show them the flyer, they should probably already know that.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a virtual thing going on, plus during the holidays, maybe let's say the first couple of weeks of December, I don't know when yet. I kinda like to do it around the time of the Christmas parade, because it's kind of feeling all jovial and stuff, you know,
Sure.
in the area. But we would go and ask those folks, would they be willing for us to put a wreath on their door, and, you know, just so they know that's why we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And they will all be identical, so they kind of step out and you notice, oh, this is a special house, right? I mean, I don't know, if I can figure out some kind of woodworking thing, I could almost do the city logo and put it on the middle of it.
Do you need a motion for us today for the money for the wreaths? Or do we have time, do we wanna get that out so that you've got that to work with before you?
Remember, you've got your October budget coming up,
I
and you're
know.
gonna lose your money in October. So you're gonna have to allocate the money now and spend it before October.
I didn't think you had to spend it.
have.
You just have to
I think you have
get
to.
it out.
I think you have to spend it.
Yeah, if it's state money, you probably have to spend it.
Christina, do you know about that? Okay, we'll have to clarify that with
I
Lynn.
think you have to spend it.
I thought it was
Let's-
just a request. But,
I
can I
think,
ask you
I think
one thing?
Cheryl is probably correct about that.
Okay.
Because it's just, I've used state money in the past, and it
Miss
has to be
Nina.
done before the fiscal year. I'm gonna
Oh.
go get that flyer and count those houses.
Okay, that'd be great. Miss Christina, would you want to work with the Heritage Commission on this, this function? That would be great. I know you're
I need three
super.
people probably, three total, me and two.
Okay, I'm having back surgery on the 2nd of December, but if you would give me a chore I could do from my house between then and the thing, I can help you. And I can help you before.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having back surgery though, it might be really hard for
No,
you to be getting around and
it's,
doing.
they're putting a titanium spacer in my back.
Yeah.
So my mobility is going to be pretty good, but I'm not going to be able to do any lifting or twisting or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm kind of nervous about that. I mean, we're talking about the first 2 weeks of December that we would probably do it, host it. So there's gonna be there'll be a little bit of upfront work, and then the week of it.
So,
Put some wreaths
so-
on their doors.
so my ability is going to be doing something from my house.
Yeah, and maybe I can figure something out like that, maybe we can also. But I mean, Carrie might be good at it, if you can do it also, Christina.
And Christina, you're an event planner, right? She's the event planner, so I mean, she's got experience and she's going to be fabulous.
Good, okay, let me get that paper.
All right. Yay.
Are you an intern or are you an
No, I'm a city employee.
an employee? Wonderful.
I'm the executive assistant.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, let's get it, it's good to have you.
Is she? Yes. So glad, and she's so smart.
Do we know when the parade is? Is it the 11th?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's always the second Saturday.
That's the 11th.
All right, where are you? I just looked at this yesterday, I know it's in here. Okay. Looks like 12 houses. No, 4 times 4, 16.
That you want on the tour?
So we're looking
What
at
it
less
is.
than $200, I think, to make some wreaths. I don't know if it's gonna cost us to put
We've
it,
got plenty of money.
yeah. I mean, I wanna make it pretty and,
'Cause we
nice.
haven't spent any money
But I'm pretty
at all.
creative with stuff,
Did
so.
we this year?
Have, are you wanting to do the flowers yourself or bring the garden club in? Or I don't know if you were thinking of
Well,
anything.
the garden club would be wonderful to have involved.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't
you
know,
we
it's
could-
just a thought, I'm just bringing that up.
Because really, I mean, of course, I always think about the money naturally, but I also wanna make it look amazing.
Mhm.
So, I seek out, when I go to put stuff together like that, I go to Dollar Tree, I go to all the inexpensive places and buy in bulk. If I have to go to 10 Dollar Trees to get the same flower, that's what I do.
Mhm.
Or I go to Hobby Lobby and buy one, get one, if they're big pieces or whatever. So, and it's all gonna be artificial, so it's not gonna be real.
Mhm.
I think it'll look better and last longer.
Okay.
And they can use it next year or something if they
Sure.
want to. So, I mean, I'm fine with their input, but I'm pretty comfortable with doing it.
Okay. So Nina, what do you need from us right now?
I just need to find out what kind of budget we could have to work with. And then what I'll do.
Do you have a rough idea of what you might want?
You mean to make the wreaths or or you mean overall for the
to
whole
do the-
project?
mhm.
So number one, I don't know, do we have to pay to advertise, say in Bradford and here and all that, that's one thing.
There's
We're gonna-
only one paper, so
Huh?
there's only one paper now, so.
There is?
Let's think
For-
about advertising in Palatka. You know, they're not that far away.
So what about Stark? Because I notice in here, it's got Stark is mentioned in here in our
It's
paper.
Bradford
Brad-
County
yeah.
and,
So,
Well, I mean, Bradford County is 2 miles down the
Correct.
road.
right. So, you know, I'm just wanting to reach that group of people. You know, we can put it on word of mouth also locally. I mean,
and Facebook, we could
and
do
Facebook.
a city Facebook, or, I don't think the Heritage Commission has a Facebook page, do they? I mean, I don't do Facebook.
I don't know. Christina, do they have a
used to
Facebook
have
page?
a Facebook
Do we,
page.
Christine?
The Heritage, not that I know of.
I thought I saw that they did.
We used to have a Facebook page.
I don't think anybody posted anything, but I think they have one.
Now, I can't remember. It seems like I did some
Sandy
correspondence.
Land used to
Yeah,
manage
Sandy
it.
was doing it, that's right.
And nobody's managed it since.
She's looking for it. But we
So,
can.
you know, I mean, I've never put it on before, just a basic walking tour,
Mhm.
you know, so having someone who's done it to have influence on how we do it would be helpful,
Mhm.
on the organization of it and all that. But I'm just thinking on add-ons, I'm thinking, you know, we put in more effort to promote it and make those people feel special by either, you know, we can do the wreath on the outside of their door, something that just kind of makes it a little more special.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know, another thought is taking the bags of sand with the little Baltic candles and they lit up at night, people walking in the evening. Let's say it's during the night of the parade or the day, somewhere around that time of the parade.
The parade's
I think it's
at
at 11.
night.
I don't know when the parade is.
Yeah,
Is our Christmas parade at night?
it's always at night.
Yes, it's always at night.
Okay.
And the last year, well, I'm thinking last year, it went a different route. It did not go down
Yeah, it
21.
was not.
It went behind my house, yeah, which I didn't really care for too much. It went behind our house on Magnolia and then cut across.
It's at night.
And scooted over in front of Eddie's house.
Yeah, you do have a Heritage.
We do,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just, yeah, they
I-
just, people don't post much on it.
That's because I'm the one that's supposed to be posting on it, but Facebook, I mean, here, I'm not, that is totally not me. We got it set up, but, Christina, will you help me with that a little bit? Okay, we'll get it updated and,
Well, I mean, the girl that promoted the July 4th stuff,
uh-huh,
she's all over social media. And I'm gonna tell you, I think it has a lot to do with the turnout.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, she's constantly putting updates. They even have their own site on, you know, on Facebook.
Mhm.
And plus, she puts stuff on the word of mouth also. So I think that it's just a matter of reaching out to those little counties that touch us, you know, and trying to get the attention, you know, and trying to make it like an event, you know.
Mhm. Okay.
I mean, another thought is to, I mean, I have all kinds of ideas in my mind as a group.
Just
We could
putting
sit and
together
toss this
some
around.
flyers and putting them up in
But if you-
windows makes a big difference.
But if you had like one of the food trucks doing something like, you know, mulled cider and cookies or something like that, that makes you feel seasonal or,
Mhm.
you know, just because you're making it kind of special. And because this will take us to the point of doing 2025, the big one, Centennial,
Mhm.
and maybe we have in-house tours at that point.
And that would be when we want to work with Garden Club.
Yeah, I agree with that. But for this, I think we're kind of doing some baby steps with some stuff.
You'd need docents for every room and all that. It'd be a bigger, much bigger event.
Then
Is
that
it going
one,
in
that
and
one
let-
will look. we
Because,
want
you know,
that
one of
to
the
look
houses, I
like
think,
the
is a-
St. Augustine tour.
Okay.
Because I think a couple of them are back there by the tennis courts, kind of
Mhm.
beyond where they did the food things right now.
Mhm.
It's just some ideas, and I'm
I
thinking
think that's a
of
great
to
idea.
promote it, you
Yeah.
know.
I like the food trucks being involved.
So,
And I'm
So if
sure
I have
Christina
Christina-
will help us, you
and
know.
I'll see what Carrie, if Carrie's going to be able to help with that. She might be interested in doing that.
I definitely will.
And you too?
I will definitely.
I just need to know
I
I've
won't
got
speak
a
for her.
group
She's
that
very
works.
busy.
No, I know.
And
I
she's
know.
not feeling well, but,
Well,
I
I
will
mean,
definitely.
I've got some health things coming up as well, so
Uh-oh.
I'm getting ready to have some more surgery, so, but,
Do we sure we want to do this in can we make this happen in December? Or do we want to postpone it to next year?
well, I mean,
I mean,
a
that's
walking tour is a pretty simple thing, I mean, I would
Mhm.
think.
If it's
So,
walking.
you know, I'm sure I'm fine. If I can't do it, then I will find
Most
somebody
of
else
it
who
is
can.
just getting the
Well, it's the
the
planning, it's the plan.
guide put together
Mhm. The map.
and the map.
It is, but I think we need to take a step further, and we go meet and greet those people, hey, we're with Heritage Commission, your house is on the walking tour, it's gonna be on this date. We wanna come and put a wreath on your door, designate it as one of the houses. You know, I mean, I think some of that formality has to happen.
Which brochure did you have? The one that is yellowy looking? Is it a?
I don't even have a brochure.
You don't have the brochure?
No.
Okay. All right.
Do we have any left?
I don't know, I'll do.
I mean, it hasn't been done in a while. I know it hadn't been done since, I think it was done maybe once when I first moved
Yeah, I
here,
think
but,
we've only
and that's
done-
been 4 years.
Yeah.
So I think we need to revisit those people so they understand what we're doing when
Oh,
we're out front of their
absolutely.
house. It would help, but
All right, Ms. Nina, is that everything on the update for the walking tour? Do you need
Yeah,
anything
so-
else from us right now?
We
I
might
just kind of
could
need to understand
just,
the
write,
huh?
write them, we might could just write them a letter and kind of give them a heads up that, you know, because I know one in particular that's on that, and I mean, their yard, they got junky vehicles there right now.
They got what?
Junky
vehicles.
Vehicles.
Oh.
You know, that somebody will be reaching out to you within this time frame,
I would,
just to give them a heads up that
I
you're
would
gonna.
suggest that,
That's a good idea.
that you and Nina meet with Lynn to work out the financing, since we're so close to October. I
Mhm.
mean, it's like next week.
Yeah, that's fine. Are you all right with that? Okay. Yeah, just if we need any money to get it in on the budget, you
Yep.
know, times
Well,
she's
so that
talking
you
about.
can use this year's money
Mhm.
and for this
Event.
event and get it used before the end of the fiscal year, which
Right.
is
September.
October 1st.
Yeah, September 30th typically.
Yeah, so that's like next week.
That's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we can, you know, I can shoot high and say $50 a wreath times 16, and I know it won't be that.
That's
And then
$800.
some of that's goes toward the advertising, promotion,
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't
Well, you
gone out to
know,
look.
things have gotten very expensive. $10 a wreath seems a little low,
Well, I'm talking about like a grapevine wreath, you go to Michael's and buy one,
but
so.
you're still talking,
Or
how
might go
many,
buy them online.
how many sticks of plastic, sticks of stuff are you gonna need? You know.
I go to Dollar Tree and
And
buy all
then,
that stuff.
and then a red bow is definitely not gonna be a buck. It's gonna be, a nice red bow is $5.
Were you wanting to make bows or buy bows?
I mean,
Either way.
Either way, it's
Okay.
not.
I mean,
gonna be cheap.
I can make a wreath that looks like it costs $100 for like $25. That's just the skill set that I have, because I will search for the right items to make it look
Well,
expensive.
But still, it's gonna be expensive.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Alright.
just, you know, it's only 16, it's not really, I mean, I've done wedding parties of 25 tables and huge
Yeah.
centerpieces for like
So we have
$50
16
less.
houses and,
16 race.
yeah, so
Six-
16 times 5 would be what? Oh, that'd be what?
16
$800?
times 10
That'd be
is-
$800.
So 16 times 10 is what, 16, 160,
16
that's
times
$160.
I get eight- I get 800.
16 times 25 is 400, 16 times 50 is 800.
Yeah. So, I mean, I believe that it'll be able to be made under $50 easily. I'm not talking about this massive thing, I'm talking about like about a 16-inch or 12-inch wreath. Pretty simple looking.
We haven't spent any of our money that I'm aware
And
of,
they're all
much
gonna be
money
identical.
this
How
year.
much money do we have?
I forget. Do you know what our budget is? Is it 1,500 or is it?
It's usually $1,500.
I'm thinking it might be. I'm sorry, I can't pull that out of my head, but I think that's what we have is 15.
I think we've spent a little bit at the first of the year.
I can go ask Lynn real quick.
I think she's looking at it.
Oh, she might be able to.
Shouldn't be.
Oh, she was, yeah. Christina might be looking that up now.
So the question too is, if the money runs out September 30th, I mean, I know we have to tag it, but do we have to actually go spend
I
it?
believe
That's
have
what
to
we gotta
spend
find out.
So that might be challenging, because that's next week. And I'm getting ready to be gone I'm getting ready to be gone for almost 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, 2 weeks in a row. I'm not gonna have time to go and shop and figure it all out.
Christina, do you know if Lynn is with someone right now?
It may just have to go to next year's.
Maybe
budget.
she could pop back in here for a second?
Well, that's, you've
I can
got
ask.
Ask her.
roughly 10 days.
I'm getting ready to be gone 7 of those days.
Well, if you drew a purchase order, that might,
Don't you have to have items on the purchase order, though? You
I
can't-
don't know.
if you just draw a purchase order and it has a single name on, a line on it, and it has a dollar amount, that should do it.
Well, why don't we just pull out what we've got, and then what we don't spend, we give it back?
Well, it doesn't
Can't do it
work
that
that
way?
way.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
think that works
It
that way.
has to be a little more specific.
And they may want an itemized list, I don't know. I used to have to work with state budget all the time, I worked at that school in Georgia.
We have to
Yeah.
show what we paid for, so there will have to be a list.
It's usually, yeah,
Yeah.
and so I don't even know what that looks like right now.
We haven't spent much money, so I mean, the only thing we've ever spent money on is plaques.
So, week
It is a $1,500 line item.
15,
what?
1,500.
1,500, so you haven't spent any money this year at all.
I don't believe we have,
well, we've been, yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a crazy year again.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we had this little thing that kept,
Oh, did you ask her, though, do we have to spend it by the 30th, or do we just have to get,
For this year, you would have to spend it by the 31st.
the
By
30th.
30th, right,
of September?
right. That ain't gonna happen.
The new
Well-
budget starts October 1st.
Correct.
Maybe you could give us a shopping list?
No, I want you to pick the things out, since you are the one that knows what you want on how you want these to look.
Yeah, I mean, I just come up with a vision and then I create it. And I figure out how much I need to have of that, whatever
When do
that
you
is.
go on your trip?
I'm leaving Thursday, coming back Tuesday, leaving again on Friday, leaving on to the following Tuesday. So that's not gonna make it.
Well, it'd be better if we spent it out of this year's money.
Well, if we don't, we don't. I mean, we spend it out of next year's money. And it's gonna have to fall where it falls. Maybe I can get some of the plaques in this year, if I can get the exact amount,
Yeah.
you know, of the plaque, but, I don't know.
As usual, we do this every year.
What?
Wait till the last minute to try to spend our money.
Well, we don't really have anything to spend our money on except for our plaques. I mean, I don't wanna waste our city money unless we have an event. We've had a couple of events that we've used some money, but we've never used all of it. But yeah, we can try to do better. Spend more money. I like spending money, but
I'm
Are
not
we
saying
done-
we spend money just to spend money.
No, I hear you.
I'm just saying that we wait till the last minute and then we can't spend it.
yeah. I guess we don't really think about Christmas time until this time of year anyway, but yeah, it's something to think, maybe we should be planning for next Christmas, you know.
Well, it would be nice if we could spend a portion of it
Mhm.
on this project before the 30th. Is that possible, Nina?
No, I don't have time to go look at it. I have to go out and do some shopping before I know what it's gonna be. I mean, I got work stuff going on before I get ready to fly out. So, you know,
I think we should talk to the city manager
I believe
and
that's the
see
appropriate thing to do.
how we can make this work in this budget
Yes.
time. Are you guys okay if I talk to her?
no, yeah, I'm here.
All right.
So
Talk to her and see what we can come up with, and Christina can help me. We may not have any options, you know, as far as, she may not be able to do much, you know.
Maybe
Yeah.
if we're gonna advertise in the paper,
Mhm.
excuse me, we could find out what that's gonna be and prepay it.
Right, the cost for, and really, once I can get the committee together, we can all sit down and decide, we need to look into this, what that would cost. You know, somebody who's looking at the cost of the wreaths, who's gonna reach out to the
Can
owners.
this be done through a catalog
No,
or online?
No. I mean, typically I go to the local dollar stores and do stuff unless I think I can buy it cheaper online, which I go to Amazon or somewhere where I could buy bulk of something. So, you know, it's not like you just go point and click and say that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, wreaths, homeowners,
It's the cheapest way to do it, Cheryl.
Oh, I'm not arguing with you, I'm just asking you questions.
Yeah. That's just, I won't know until I really start figuring out how I wanna put it together.
the wreaths, the homeowner contact, and what was it, there was one other thing you said?
So the idea about the wreaths, contacting the owners,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just really kind of a plan on who's doing what and when we're gonna do it, and, you know. I think the idea of what Helen said is sending those folks a letter that someone's gonna come knock on your door
Mm-hmm.
and ask you about doing this is a good idea. And if they don't want us to do that, then they need to let us know. Some people are pretty private, they don't want you to be,
How many
Right.
plaque towns do we have?
there's 16, based on this.
I
Are
can-
these all plaque?
I can,
Probably not.
no.
No, probably not. Okay,
No,
I
they're
don't know.
not. They're just old homes, but they're not plaqued.
Okay.
But I have a letter from prior that we did the first time. We still have that.
Also, we gotta think about the flyer. Let's see.
I don't mind contacting homeowners that are plaqued, but there's not that many of them anyways, so. Just, you're saying, Nina, contact the homeowners that are on that map.
Well, this is a walking tour, so that's
Yes,
who we're
it's
doing.
for the,
And that's
okay,
who we would reach out to.
okay.
And we've added a couple of plaqued homes that are not on that map,
Probably,
so we wanna contact them.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be hard to contact the owners at all.
No.
right.
That's not gonna be an issue.
I mean, since I've been part of this group, we've had, 2 homes that were plaqued, and we got a third one we're getting ready to vote on. So that makes it, 19.
19. Yeah,
I don't think we've done 19 plaques, have we?
No, I'm talking about for the walking tour.
Oh, for the
If you
tour.
add the
Gotcha.
newly plaqued homes
Okay.
to that list, it'd
Gotcha.
be probably less than 20, right?
Okay.
Let's see here, include recent.
Yeah, and we don't know about our vendor and our cost either, so
Yeah, I
there's a
mean,
lot of
that's-
little ifs.
Yeah, there's, it's just some creative ideas I had versus us just,
Yeah, okay,
I just think it might be a better experience.
all right. I think so too. So it's, you got your group together. You'll
I'll reach
contact.
out to Carrie, see if she can help.
Mhm.
Then hopefully what I can do before our next meeting, I can still have a meeting with the committee and Christina.
Mhm.
Either they come to my house or sit down and have a chat about everything, come up with a plan that we can share with you all at the next meeting.
Mhm.
And maybe by that time, I'll have enough time to figure out how much the wreath potentially is gonna cost. I can run some numbers, look at some ideas on what I think approximately it's gonna cost. And just the different, points, have to figure out how much advertising, whatever we gotta pay for those things.
Fresh wreath or
No, artificial.
artificial?
It's gonna be
Okay.
cheaper to do it that way.
Okay. All right.
And plus, they can use it year after year if they want.
Mhm. Yeah, that'd be a great idea to be able to reuse it.
And we go do
We put it up and take it
an
down.
inside tour of homes, then absolutely the garden club should be involved because of the fresh flowers and,
Mhm.
that's a whole different ballgame there.
Mhm. Okay.
So,
You have anything else for that? Just thoughts on the,
what do you think,
Sure.
Helen? You think that's a good idea to try to do it this way, a little different this time?
Just the walking.
Yes,
Yeah.
right, just to kind of promote it a little differently and get people a little bit on board with what's happening.
all right, and if you're gonna do an indoor tour too and tickets and all that, you
That's-
wouldn't want to do very many homes.
No.
You know,
If
just-
we- and
In
I'm
that
gonna say
letter
we're
that we
probably-
send out, we might could just say in the future we plan to do.
Yeah, I think that part of the centennial thing should
Mhm.
include a indoor tour of certain homes.
How
That they're
is-
planning, that they're doing, should be added to the list.
How is the planning coming for the centennial?
It's in the paper, it's in the paper, they gave it updates on it since our last meeting, it's in this actual paper, actually, I saw it yesterday. So, still, a lot of moving pieces going on, I think.
Well, it's early days yet.
Okay, Nani, are we done with you for right now, dear?
Yeah, so
Okay.
what I'll do on the next meeting, I would have met with Christina and hopefully Carrie and you. Y'all come to my house, we go sit in my she shed and have a little meeting, so I can
Okay.
show you kind of what I envision doing. I may even be able to create one and give you an idea of the concept, and then
Mhm.
that way I can tell you about what I think it's gonna cost.
Okay.
Because I have materials that I can throw something together and come up with an idea, concept. And then we can talk about, you know, reaching out to the homeowners, whether it's the letter or it's in person, how we decided to go about doing that. Advertisement,
Mm-hmm.
the date, you know, and then who's gonna lead the walking tour? Who's the volunteers that are gonna walk people around, or do they
Oh, yeah,
just
we
walk
need the
around with a
volunteers.
map? You know what I'm saying? There's all these little details, and like I said, I've never done one, so whatever your experience is in previous doing one will help me to understand it a little better.
Well, last time they just went with
It
the,
was a
the
self-guided.
brochure, yeah, it was self-guided, but,
See, the brochure's gotta be redone, so
Mhm.
these are all these little things that are part of the planning.
mhm. Okay,
So I'll just figure out kind of when that might be. It'll be when I get back from the second trip,
all right.
after October 2nd.
And what day, have we picked the exact day yet,
For what?
the tour?
No, who's talking about around Christmas? Around the Christmas parade.
Oh, the
Potentially
day of the,
sometime around there.
12,
I mean, do y'all
11?
agree? Do you think that that's kind of the right time?
What about doing it the day
Close.
before the parade, which would be a Friday, like Friday night?
I mean,
So-
I don't have any problem with that.
Because the
I don't
day
know
of
that
the-
we wanna do it at
Or
night.
it could be the
just-
day of the parade.
Because they can't see.
They can't see, and some of
Right.
the sidewalks
Right.
are
Right.
really
So the
dangerous.
afternoon of
It's
the
gotta be
parade?
it's gotta be an afternoon.
I think so too.
It could be on the afternoon of the parade, potentially. I don't know what that date is for the parade.
The
so-
11th.
So I'm gonna put that down, Hill, and I think it's a good idea.
So like maybe 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm
And
just
just
putting
depending on
afternoon.
how many homes are on there,
Yeah,
you know, how long it'll
so like
take.
1 to 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, something like that.
So they're all done before the craziness of the parade starts?
Yeah. All right. Okay, Ms. Collins she wasn't able to make it today, but she did say, she had no suggested changes for the, downtown facade renovations grant program that we talked about the last meeting, but she was
Oh.
gonna go through it, and she saw none. So I'm just reporting that for the minutes, that no changes to that, plan.
Good.
And then, quote for restoring old signs update. What am I talking about there? Good grief. This,
Well, that must be quite a quote if they're gonna update those signs. Or are you
Yeah,
just
but I'm
saying, are you just saying you were gonna get a quote?
I cannot, I'm sorry. I don't know if that is the signs that, it's an update, so I've discussed it, but I don't remember. Would you guys mind if I rescheduled that?
Sure.
Because I'm so
Having-
sorry.
Having started the meeting with my saying I couldn't remember that I was supposed to put together a program,
Oh. You know what, though, wait. You know what that is? Okay. I got it. You know the old signs that we pulled out of the building when we
Sure.
went out there?
Mhm.
It was that.
Mhm.
And this is on here, but I don't know who to give this to or to get a quote from for an old sign. It'd be very expensive. I don't know what to do with that. I think, I'm just trying to keep that on there.
You want me to do it?
Do you know who to go to?
Well, I've got a good idea.
You can gather information, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great, Cheryl. I don't know about trying to take a sign to somebody and
You're
how,
not gonna take
yeah,
it, they're gonna come out here.
and look at it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, thank you, Cheryl. These were the signs that came out of what?
The hotel.
The hotel, old
Right.
hotel, so
Are
all,
they wood or metal or
See,
what?
we're looking at neon
they're
neon.
metal.
restoration.
Mhm.
There's a guy in Jacksonville that does that.
Okay.
Dave had some neon signs redone in his shop.
And then last month, we plaqued I mean, we all voted on it, but I didn't get the score sheets. We were late, and so, I mean, we hit the number to approve it, but I didn't get the score sheets from everybody. So if you haven't given me your scoring, and you say you
So
don't have a sheet.
let me ask you about that,
Yeah.
Donna, because I went back to Maddie's house, at Maddie's house, right?
Yeah,
But you came back and said that we just had to email you the score on their house because there was no form. Because I went into our manual and there is no form that I could
you
find.
don't have it either. Am I the only one that has it?
And then I think I asked you to email it to me, but you said that there's no form, that we just need to come back to you on the email.
No, here's what it looks like. It should be in our,
It's not in our binder, because I looked several times through that binder.
The guidelines in the book, but
She's
not.
got the guidelines, but not-
No, the
she-
guidelines, but not the actual score
not the
sheet.
sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what the sheet looks like.
That's what the sheet looks like.
Black
Yeah.
installations, so
Let me, I'll make some copies in a minute, we'll pass it on
Yeah.
when we, I don't know why that's not in there, but,
Yeah. No, because the last time we did Natty's house,
Mhm.
that's what I did. I came back, I said the form is not in the notebook. Can't find it, and you came back and said, just send me your email and your scoring. And that was for her house.
this is like what shows what each person, how they
I-
voted, so,
Oh, that's the tally.
yeah,
not
that's the
individual
tally.
score sheet.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find the individual score sheet.
Let's see if there is one. Maybe there's not really a score sheet, we need to do, when we vote on it, give it a number, so we know the number that it was approved with, I suppose. Because this is all I have.
Yeah.
that's just a tally.
Yeah. And this is what I need to fill out, put in the record, once I know what
Right.
everybody did.
But
so-
there's no like individual scoring sheet that
No.
I was able to find.
I don't think there is either. This is the final one. So,
I mean, I saw the guide, but I couldn't find anything according with that.
Well, maybe we
just
need
give
to
me,
make
yeah,
the-
we can do that. Cheryl, you want to make one up? Score sheet?
Not me.
Okay.
I'm not-
Why don't we get
my-
one of the guys to make one up? How's
My
that?
brain is not in
If
that
you're not
area.
here, you get designated a responsibility. That's how it works.
That sounds like
Oh,
Dawn's job.
well, for final.
Doesn't that sound like Dawn's job?
I mean, you know,
Or,
Okay. I'll take care of that. Can just
Steve's-
make one up. There probably was.
Steve's very analytical. Have him make one up.
All it needs to say is there's a block for each category, and we only got these few categories, so it'll be real
it's
easy.
pretty simple.
Yeah. So, all right, wait a minute. Anything else? We're at the end of our agenda.
That's a long agenda for us.
Did we get an approval on the minutes? Because I don't
No.
remember.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you did. I don't think so.
think
The
so.
June,
My small memory, I don't
the
think I
June
remember you doing that.
21 minutes. I think it'll be kind of hard to sign that if we don't get it approved.
I move we approve the minutes. I can't approve the minutes. I wasn't here.
No, you were not.
I make a motion to approve them. I was here.
Okay. So, motion, what's your name? Oh, Helen, okay. All right, do I have a second?
Yeah, sure.
You were the only person
All in
here
favor?
that was there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody in favor?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So I can sign the minutes and give them to Christina, and she can
Here's the-
get them.
There's a write-up in there about it, but where they are right now. That's when this thing was published.
All right, you guys,
You were
meeting
asking about
adjourned?
the
We're
centennial.
done? Meeting
So
adjourned?
they met this summer, sometime this summer.
Request for 531 Southeast Lakeview Drive. Have you guys got the information yet to go by and look at
I
that?
already looked at it. I can
Did you,
vote.
did you vote on it?
Because you asked us to be ready to do that today.
Yes. And I wanted that, I sent it out, I wanted you guys to go around and look at the house before and see.
Yes,
Were you able to do that?
yes.
She already knows. Helen's very,
But I did
very,
drive by.
very close to, I went by the house just yesterday.
Well, do we want to plaque this house or not? I mean, I need scores. We have to make sure that we give a score for each
I wanna look at the
category.
pictures again.
I'm so sorry.
Don't you think we ought to have more of a, committee here to do this?
No? Because we're doing business now, and there's 4 of us, and we can make a decision.
Sorry.
It's a 60s house, so it's not like one that we're used to looking at the old ones and, you
Yeah.
know, kind of oohing and ahhing over because they're special, because they're old. These are old, but they're within our time, and they
Yes,
seem
they are.
routine to us, more routine. But they are still in the parameter of an old home, and we have guidelines for that. And either architectural consideration, historical, and maintenance.
Architectural, I mean, she's put a metal roof on it, and that's what a lot was used.
That's what, what now?
Back during that era,
That was what was used back then?
a lot of metal roofs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I hate, you know, they're just not much you can say about these houses. They're just as plain can be, but they are so typical of that time frame.
But what is appealing to me is the care that's given to these yards, and it's just colorful and beautiful, and both of these ladies take great care of
She
their.
takes good care of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything either, but we haven't actually, you know, scored it. But I guess I should ask you next time to bring your score sheet with you. You know, so
What score sheet?
the
I was
one
gonna-
that we don't have.
The one that we don't have.
Yeah, but you can score it. You can say, all right, what am I going to give it for architectural? Well, is it a 10? Is it an 8, a 6, a 4, or a 2? You know,
Okay.
you can write down architectural 6.
Do you want us just to tell you right now so you can?
Yeah, let's do it, and then we can do it, and we can.
I mean, it's a standard like ranch style 50s looking house to me, so architecturally, I think it's probably about an 8. The 10 would be incredibly outstanding. I'd say it's probably about an 8.
Yeah, I would agree,
Visually,
I would agree with
Just
you.
visually, you know?
It's-
Hold on a minute, I have to have something to write.
It's definitely not a 10.
I have to have something to write on.
The red roof, I think, really enhances it. I mean, look at the difference from when before and after. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a significant
Mhm.
difference.
Yes.
Look at the driveway. I mean, they added a driveway, it looks like. See, that
Yes.
was driveway wasn't there?
The driveway, they totally,
I mean, that's
what
expensive
they've done to the
add-ons.
grounds relative to this property is amazing.
And
Helen,
they've
what do
created
you
a
think?
deck off the back. I mean, it's a lake house.
What do you think architecturally? I don't know what the 60s style really is.
Well, it's typically a ranch style.
Yeah, it's like my office, I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Mhm.
built
It's
all
real
at the
simple
same
ranch.
time, just
Mhm.
straight.
Straight, square, you
Yeah,
know.
box.
I think
call
with
it.
with the way and they, look, they pitched the roof a little bit. No, maybe not too much on the front. But the red and the presence of it to me enhances the look of it. It makes it
Well,
look,
The
you know.
red makes it pop,
It definitely makes it pop, yeah.
I think.
Huge improvement. And that driveway is a huge improvement.
What would you give it architecturally? 10 is the highest, 2 is the lowest. Fair example is 4, good example, a very good example, or a superior example. Yeah, superior.
I think this is a very good example.
I would say an 8, because she has maintained it.
Okay. All right. And then historical value considerations. Was this, do I, where is it?
Well, the fact that
Wait, this is Natalie's. Hold on a minute.
So I'm reading the the letter that they submitted,
the fact that the
talking about the,
foundation is etched, the name is cut, some nice historical value.
Well, the builder was Key Sargent, which was one of the critical people in the building out
Yeah,
of
he
this
built
area.
all those houses
Mhm.
down there on Little Keystone Lake, Key Sargent did.
And Mr. Starnes was the original owner.
Right.
So it has, you guys have the history, right?
Yeah, I'm reading it
Yeah,
right now,
okay.
so, on my phone, so.
So historical, I'd say it's pretty high too.
I mean, it sounded like there was some conflict from somebody about the historical, but he said he talked to.
How many?
Yeah,
The date.
the
Yeah.
date, yes, and it had to do with the son saying, when he was in school and he dated it.
Well, I mean,
But
Milton-
it's still within the time.
Yeah, but Milton still lives here, he lives out on
I think
219.
that would be, what are the parameters that we have there for the historical value? Is this maximum?
10 is the buildings associated with one or more individuals who played a leading role in Keystone's history. Business persons, artists, educators, tradesmen, falls into that category, or a building that was the site of one or more significant historic events.
What page you read?
Then I would say that it
That's a
fits that
10.
parameter.
I'm in section 6 under scoring guidelines for historic commission plat. Does it look like that? No? Do you have historical considerations there in yours?
Yes.
What you've got? Clip. Maintenance. You're missing. You're missing pages. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so an 8 was a building associated with one or more persons who were representative of Keystone's history, but may not merit individual attention.
Well,
It's a 10. It has to be, doesn't it?
Because
I
it's,
think
he
it's a
was
10.
Originally,
Because he
Mr.
had all those
Starnes, I mean,
buildings
he was
in the
way
area.
back, he was a mayor of Keystone at one
Mhm.
time.
oh, the Starnes guy?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And the builder is renowned,
Yeah,
you know,
and
so.
he
Yeah, so
had,
that gets a high score.
He used to own, there used to be an egg processing plant, and he's the one that did that. Used to be right there on Commercial Circle years ago.
Okay.
Mhm.
And they graded all the eggs and the lights, and you could look to see.
You could see the
If
egg.
they had something in them, that
Yep.
goes to a different place, and that's what goes in cake mixes.
Gotcha. That's funny.
So Nina, what would you give it?
I'd say that that's a 10.
And
10.
then,
If it's,
he had that wood in that home brought here, a lot of that wood came
Oh,
from
wow.
out of the country.
That's special, yeah.
You know, I
Sure.
said
What
it
do you
was a
think?
10 also.
Mm-hmm. And Helen's a 10? We're all 10s on
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, and maintenance.
Oh, well, maintenance, they've really upgraded that.
They've done a lot on the yard and on all.
The interior shows that too, but we're only can look at the
Yeah,
exterior.
we don't look at the interior. I'd say at least an 8. It's not rocket science, it just has to be over, what the approval went, but, None of you've got a figure for maintenance?
I'd say an 8.
Okay,
It's a
I'll
solid,
go
it's a
with you
solid
guys.
8.
I'm okay
Eight.
with 8.
okay. All right, is that the only 3 that we have? Yes, excellent.
All right.
Good job, ladies. We got
Got it
it.
done.
So it is, we have approved this application. Let me get it on my,
Don't these people need to have their check cashed?
yes, they need to have it cashed, but I couldn't cash it before we got the plaque done.
Oh, that's what's waiting.
Yeah, and I'd probably have to write,
Oh, wow.
right, and the check's been, I know. I think we might want to get the checks, we didn't approve that until 6/22.
Okay.
So, anyway, I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna write this. Okay. Have we overlooked anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, guys, thank you. I will let Ms. Williams know that we approved it.
She goes by Jeannie.
Good.
Yes. Yes, she got the cutest dog. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, all right, meeting is adjourned again. Whatever time it is. 11. 11?